What's going on, everybody? Welcome to your daily astrology horoscope for Tuesday, January 10th, 2023. Astrologer Brian Scarborough here, Fixed Air Moon, keeping the collective fixed on astrology. Truly appreciate you all so much. Hope everybody's doing well. Let's take a look at that astrology for this Tuesday. The sun is going to come into that third decan of Capricorn. Definitely can make things a little crusty, and I will say with the moon coming into Virgo, there's a lot of weight, a lot of reality, a lot of organization, a lot of getting things tidied up. We definitely, today is definitely like we could be. I was kind of this way yesterday, but at least the moon was in Leo and it was still like finding the positive. This one we can be way too crucial or judgmental on ourselves and others. And with Mercury at 12 degrees now making that exact square over to Chiron with Mercury retrograde, right? Like we can be way too caught up in our minds about self-doubt, way too caught up in the world, way too caught up in things outside of us that don't matter, or even just in our personal lives. We can just nitpick people and ourselves to death today. And we're also going to see that moon quincunx over to Jupiter. Very strange. It does quincunx over to Pluto early in the morning to start the day. And, it will cross over Regulus at 0 Virgo, which, we can definitely find a lot of healing energy through finding the regality within us and, putting ourselves on a powerful throne and realizing that, we got to love ourselves right now. Like, this is just a time where we can be way too crucial on anything or anybody. And we got to, like, come back into our heart space here as Regulus is the heart of the lion of Leo. So, I think that that's like very, very important because there's a lot of deep stuff that's really, coming out now. And I would say a moon in Virgo, you can't like hide from these things. Like it's very obvious what needs to be changed. We do need to be mutable. We need to be able to identify with Jupiter in Aries, powerful ways forward that are uplifting ourselves and not over amplifying aspects that are we just looping ourselves here? Like looping the same patterns of the way we judge ourselves or others or the world. I think that the world's a big aspect too, because we're looking at, of course, this Capricorn energy, but the Aquarius energy too, with Venus here and with Saturn at 23 degrees of Aquarius. I mean, we're starting to see the world change. We're starting to see that we have to look at the collective as a product of the whole, and to understand that it is the way it is, and to not overanalyze or judge. I think that there's a lot of truth that is out there in the world for us to find, but like we definitely got to find ways to smooth the edges, smooth the edges out, realize we're all human, and it could be so easy to point the blame. And maybe the blame is, there's something that's true about pointing the blame in life, but at the same time, we got to, make sure that we're coming about it from a high character, a high perspective, and a spiritual evolution within ourselves, because it can be way too hard, or we can definitely shoulder something that's not ours at the same time. So definitely it's a very particular day, but we do have Venus at 9 degrees coming off that trine over to Mars retrograde, which is really just stationing here for the next 2 days. So that's hard in itself. Just having Mars here stopped is hard on our psyches, on our mind, on our egos. Like we are all in a very stagnant place. And I think we can realize too within ourselves, like there is something that's about to pop, but we don't want to drive ourselves crazy or be too harsh today. Like let things kind of play out as they play out, and kind of go about your business today. Like go about your business, get your work done, get the things done, move things around in your reality that feel good to you. And try not to be too hard if something's out of place in life. Like we can go way too far into the overcritical places here that, we don't need to feel this guilt. If anything, today is a day to realize that we're carrying guilt, whether it's from past lives, this life, whatever it is, and we need to dissolve that guilt and remember to come back into self-love, remember to love others, to see that we're all human, And, it's hard with this Mars station because we're all in a very strange place just within our identification and understanding what's moving forward in life and the necessary changes to our environment that do need to be made. And Venus is trying to say, again, it's by creating win-wins. It's by seeing the uniqueness in yourself and seeing the beauty in that unique, eclectic sort of version of yourself that is, separating from the norm of what the wave is that we've all kind of been born into, and really, finding your wave and being able to identify with it and seeing the beauty in people. One thing Venus and Aquarius can be really good at is definitely seeing the beauty in all people, all shapes, all forms, all, levels. But it can definitely be a little harsh, I would say, with the moon that will, by the end of the night, quincunx over to that Venus as well, while it's also getting ready to make a nice sextile over to Chiron. But that Mercury square Chiron, like we can be harsh. I feel like especially to ourselves, but to others as well. And with Venus square the nodes here, we do have to learn how to see the beauty in people, how to see the beauty in the world, and to stop looking at things from such a negative lens. Like, we got to change a filter. I think in all aspect, of our lives, and of course some more than others, but we need to be able to see beauty in our lives. And I know that some of us have to make bigger changes maybe than others to get that done, but you're getting the insight to figure out how to do that. It might not be there right now, but there's big changes on the brink for all of us. But I think it's just, having gratitude and seeing the beauty in all things that make us human, the struggle to the beautiful things, it's important right now because we got to see the value out of, especially ourselves and just the human form. And I think you'll realize that humans, we came here to make mistakes. We came here to, go through trials, to experiment, to fail. And today's a good day to, if something doesn't go your way or you tried and it didn't work out, to really love yourself and to find self-love and value and confidence, because at least you tried something different, or at least, you're seeing the value in your individuality by being who you are. And, same with others, because we got to kind of break attachments here with this Venus square the nodes from today until tomorrow, especially. It's a big moment for us to see where we, don't give people the benefit of the doubt. We're too harsh. We're too critical. We want to get into the psychology of people, or we want to merge too, strongly with some ideal within the construct of our reality. And that could be the areas that are really hard today. And we have to remember to get back into our sense of self, North Node in Taurus, the relationship to yourself, the confidence in yourself, the value, and to know that you're building something of value here, and you're about to see big, big, big fireworks go off. Maybe just in the world. I think another interesting thing is Uranus is at exactly 15 degrees today, and it's getting ready to come to 14 degrees. But that's crazy. This 15 degree of Taurus, it makes a semi-square to the 0 point of Aries. It's still semi-square Jupiter. We're about to have Juno cross that point. Neptune's getting ready to come there and meet with Saturn in a couple years, in 3 years. So, this is definitely a wild, unpredictable reality that we live in right now. And we don't want to be too harsh and critical about what's going to happen, because in the end, we don't really know exactly what's going to take place. But we got to see the beauty and the finer things that we do have, and have that gratitude, and identify with positive beliefs about ourselves, and stay dedicated in those areas. Because if you're building in those areas right now, you're building towards a really beautiful future. And we're starting to see the sun also make its sextile over to Neptune in Pisces. So that's the win right there. That sun over these next 3 days with the sextile to Neptune at 23 degrees of Pisces is the compassion and the love that we need to show to ourselves and to God and to others and the world. And I think we're seeing this Capricorn energy in our lives is in a really crucial place. So, don't be surprised, especially coming up here in the next few months, even just the next few weeks, if the world and the constructs of this reality gets funky. we are, I feel like we're about to see like a clown car at a circus get shot out of the cannon with the clowns in it. You know what I'm saying? Like really weird. And it's like the fuse was lit and we're all kind of like watching the fuse like, oh yeah, whoa. So yeah, it's like tests of compassion and love and also, durability at the same time, like spiritual durability, staying on your game, getting the necessary tasks done. But we also can't, we cannot beat ourselves up too hard right now. It can hold lasting effects. And that's Venus square these nodes. It is so important to be confident and regal and loving to ourselves and to others. Because if we're just like gonna stick a sword in someone's heart right now, like we got to be careful that that was, something that was actually deserved, or not. Maybe not a good analogy, but Scorpio gets right into the guts, if you will. So, and it's intense. So we're at a place where our relationship to the constructs of our collective are we gotta be at a high vibration of a relationship to that, and it's got to be built around Taurus energy, value, love, self-worth, beautiful energy. So big moment to see the beauty in life and to not go into the negative and the dark. We can go dark. You get 0 dark 30 real quick today. So I hope nobody goes there. One more. This deck needs it. I can feel it. All right. Ace of Cups. Really beautiful new ways to relate to our emotions, to see that the cup in life is overflowing. I think this is saying optimism is key right now. We got to be positive and see a good outlook, to have our cup overflowing and to not feel like it's just being emptied out, because we can be emptying our own cup out intensely right now. And it's a good time to pay attention to that, because there can be, the most beautiful, fulfilling beginnings that are right around the corner. The Fool reversed. Tyrion Lannister. Well, I think there is a fine line between just being in a complete delusional state and, actually being a fool, and then also having a naivety that is guiding us forward and in a positive way. So I think today we see very clearly where we're being a fool, where we are, way too rose-colored glasses, but also to where we do have to, we still have to soften the edges. We got to stop, soften things and be like, yeah, I did, that was foolish, but I'm going to love and forgive myself. I think forgiveness of self is crucial today, I'll be honest, and others. But like, this is a good day to say, I'm sorry, I love you to yourself. And even if you were, the town drunk or the town fool, or, we've all done foolish things. So definitely not a good day to beat yourself up. The Hanged Man. The flayed Hanged Man. Yeah. There's definitely, it's almost like we got to flip the way we've, flipped the script in some way. Especially when it comes to judgments, especially when it comes to, like, are we going to hang ourselves out to dry here, or are we going to look at things from a different perspective, and from an enlightened perspective and a beautiful, unconditional perspective of life? I think that today's a big test to bring that out, and to say like, wow, yeah, I can be overly harsh about this situation, or I can even, want to flay this person in my life or myself because of this situation. And this is like, nope, the higher spiritual perspective, like, love yourself, forgive another person. This is like a day where we can be we can be extremely cold. There's a harsh energy right now. So I just want you guys to know, this is definitely tests of our our spiritual sort of high vibrational self, and how we do react and respond to life. Very important. I would take note of it today, what comes up and how you respond, because even if you respond poorly today, if you can get the acknowledgement of it and forgive yourself later and be like, oh, and you catch yourself, because I think we feel like we're going to catch ourselves, whatever it is today, take note and then actually put that into use in your field, with this moon in Virgo. I'm serious. I just want to be real with you guys. It's getting gnarly. These next 2 days are going to be heavy, heavy, heavy. So I love you all very much. We're all got this. We're good. We'll get through. There's a lot of greatness coming, but just gotta, sometimes these days like this, days like yesterday, come into our life, and we do want to look at everything, with that positive, optimistic mindset, while still being, yeah, that is happening, but the response to how we deal with what is happening is everything. So, love you all. Hope you have a beautiful Tuesday, and I'll see you tomorrow. Much love. Peace.